What is up, you guys? Salt Life Man Fishing here, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 different retrieves that you could use when you're fishing a FLAIRHAWK jig for either snook, tarpon, redfish, or whichever game fish you're targeting. So today my setup is just going to be the Daiwa Fuego 7.2 rod and a Daiwa Tatula LT 4000 size spinning reel. This is not my preferred choice of snook fishing. I'm just showing you because I'm just going to be casting in the pool, showing you 3 different retrieves. So yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, you guys, so the first retrieve that I'm going to be showing you is going to be this one. So what you're going to do is you're going to cast your FLAIRHAWK up current usually. So I'm going to go ahead and cast it. And you're going to let it hit bottom. Very important that you let it hit bottom first. So this is going to be my favorite technique that I use. So it's going to be 3 straight reels and then pause. So it's going to be like that, pause, let it hit bottom. Reel 3 times, let it hit bottom. 3 times, let it hit bottom. And I find that to be the most effective way, because what you're doing is you're bringing it over the rocks where the snook like to hide in, and you're basically getting it right into their strike zone. And you're giving them like a reaction type bite, because you're just reeling 3 times and then letting it drop. Alright, so for the second retrieve, what you're going to do is, again, like for all 3 of them, you're going to want to cast up current, usually, and then you're going to let it hit bottom once again. So this retrieve is slightly easier. I use it sometimes in certain situations when I'm fishing a really heavy current and I really want to get the reaction bite, because the fish are they're not reacting to the bait that well. So what you're going to do is you're going to reel really slowly, and you're going to do 1 hard pop like that. Reel slowly and then pop again. This retrieve is pretty good for reaction bites. So if you see the fish that they're not reacting so well, like you see them but they're not eating, sometimes that extra pop will get them to eat. Okay, so for the third retrieve that I don't really use that often, because usually I'm fishing heavy current, but when the current's slowing down, when you see that, you know, there's not much water movement, this retrieve will be perfect. So what you're going to do is, once again, cast up current, let it hit bottom, and then it's just going to be a slow retrieve. Like you're going to want to keep it about 4 inches above the bottom, so just slowly retrieve. As slow as you can turn your reel, the best, honestly. So basically, the FLAIRHAWK is just creeping the bottom, and it's right in the snook strike zone. So once again, cast it out. Let it hit bottom. That's the most important thing, letting it hit bottom. Because most of the time these snook are going to be sitting on the bottom. So just reel as slow as you can, as slow as your reel will allow you to. And then usually that thump is going to come right when you go right over a rock where they're sitting, right over a piece of structure. So those are my 3 favorite retrieves to use when using a FLAIRHAWK. And it's very important to understand like where the current's moving, because usually you're going to want to cast up current ahead of the snook, because their heads are going to be facing in the current when the current's moving this way. So that's a really important thing. Keep that in mind when snook fishing. So yeah, 3 retrieves for snook fishing with FLAIRHAWKS.